Alright guys, earlier we did Scholar with Judge and Priest. Today we're doing Ranger with Marksman and Windchaser. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so Marksman PvP, we're using our first skill right here, Vortex Arrow. That's going to be our primary way of just poking people if we don't want to go full in. Then our main two skills are going to be, this is the wrong name, I'll have it fixed, but this is multi-arrow. This is multi-arrow. This is break free, which gives us the crit damage bonus, and then multi-arrow that does the high damage. Then shifting bolt, which is the second right hand skill, which will keep people off of us. And that's just kind of how we're trying to play. We're trying to play at ranged. Priest to give us that buff. Mechanician, set and forget it. Blazing Owl, because we can play that kind of ranged game. And then Blazing Owl has several get out of jail free cards, as well as can be used to jump in. Most wanted stats: PvP increase, damage increase, crit damage, because we're just going straight in to the crit damage. Capybara for 1v1, Spirit Cat for multi, and we're going into fire. Obviously, you can choose to go wind or earth. Those are fine options. Fire is generally seen as the worst PvP option, but I think for Marksman specifically, it's still pretty good. Anatheria, execute damage. Winter Cherry being a rigidity, so you can focus on more damage in your will cores. Natsu, bunch of damage. Hydra of Flames, anti-dodge, allowing you to do your multi-arrows just fine so they can't use a dodge. Block tenacity, crit, because we're going into crit. And then the treasures right here for the cooldowns of, the single target ones for more damage. Slaughter, fierce attack, and break free. Slaughter, try to kill them with the multi-arrows in one shot. Because if the first two arrows get them under that 60%, the third arrow will get that bonus damage, and then that will also trigger fierce attack and break free. Now we go into Marksman PvE, which we're doing just full left side, because remember, as we use our passive, which is if we use Vortex Arrow, any of these skills, our basic turns into a straight line very similar to Vortex Arrow, and that also, if they crit, will reduce the cooldown of multi-arrows. We need to do this over and over and over again. Priest for more crit. Mechanician is a fine option here for set it and forget it. As I've said before, armor is the best PvE option, but we want to focus on Marksman because that's our main class here. Boss damage increase, crit damage. Pearl Otter being the best PvE option, and Little Flame Dragon being right below it. Same options up here with the fairies. Anatheria for the execute. Winter Cherry to give them fire weakness if they're not. Chestnut Rose to increase that fire weakness. And Natsu for massive damage. Attack, crit, break. These three treasures right here, the gold and purple ones, only work in PvP. These work in PvE. Mantra and fierce attack for massive damage. Break free to just keep that crit damage flowing. Now we have Windchaser, and with Windchaser, I prefer Earth because of how a road works, gets us moving around and such. It's funny because now Earth is moving faster than Wind, which might change in the future. We don't know, but I like Earth over Wind. More damage, more speed, everything I want. So we're using full right side. There's not really a reason to use any of the left side skills, minus maybe a little bit of poke, but we already have all the poke, as well as a get out of jail free card with Strength of Nature. Priest to increase our damage and more ranged skills. Mechanician, set it and forget it. PvP increase, damage increase, and break. We're not building into crit, so we're taking break. Capybara, good single target damage and lets you go in on them. Little Spirit Cat will reset our dodges. We have 3 dodges, so this resets all 3, as well as just an attack increase and gets rid of debuffs. It's a second Strength of Nature, so we're really, really hard to pin down. Earth, we have Primrose for the stun and damage decrease. Foxglove does increase our crit, but that doesn't really matter here. It's just good damage. Tulip for the gamble. The gamble does really well if we go something like Break Free Shifting Bolt. Then that puts them in place, allowing us to hit Primrose easier. Same thing with Birds of Paradise. You can go Shifting Bolt, Break Free, put them in place, Bird of Paradise, stun them in place, Primrose, stun them, and then Break Free, Shifting Bolt again, so they're not moving for about 8 seconds. Block, Tenacity, Break, because we're not building into crit. All of our skills are in that 10 to 20 second cooldown range, besides Strength of Nature. So Gold Clock and Phoenix Hourglass are very, very good here. This instrument right here is for having a high level element. Slaughter, Rigidity, and Soul Hunt. All 3 of our skills are affected by Soul Hunt, so this is just a flat damage increase on everything. For PvE, we're using our second and third right hand side skills and the first 2 left hand side skills, primarily because of their cooldown and the animations they take. These is the most damage to just be flowing out of you. We're using Priest for more damage and the buff. Dragon Fighter or Armor are also good options here for just more damage. Boss increase, damage increase, crit damage. Pearl Otter is the most here. Little Flame Dragon is a little bit worse, but still the second best PvE. Earth Anatheria increasing the earth damage. Marigold increasing the earth damage. Carnation AoE stacks a road. Daisy Reflect, and that ignores defense and burn. Attack, crit, break, using the treasures that work in PvE. Slaughter, fierce attack, break free. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.